I am Kyle Stone. I'm 38 years old. I'm from Tampa, Florida. I now live in Soon, Norway. And when I was 25 years old, I was diagnosed with testicular cancer. 2001, it was like around the end of spring, beginning of summer. And the first time I really noticed anything was I was in the shower, and I was basically just normal showering, like soaping up my body and everything and washing myself. And I noticed a lump on my right testicle. And as I'm washing my body and everything, I'm, kind of like, oh, like what is that going on down there and everything? And kind of knew that it was something that it really wasn't supposed to be there. But at that time, I really didn't think anything like of a tumor or cancer or anything like that at all. And so I ended up going to the emergency room and having an ultrasound and just other examinations done and everything kind of went from there. And they told me that there was definitely something there. It was definitely tumorous material. It definitely needed to have a biopsy done on it, needed to be removed and checked out. I was told by my doctor that did my surgery and that did the biopsy on the tumor, it ended up being kind of a rare form of testicular cancer that's called yolk sac. And he basically told me he had further bad news, went into telling me about the yolk sac. So I pretty much kind of like the chair in the doctor's office, I kind of like sank back in a little bit. And at that time I didn't really cry or anything like that, but it definitely was, it hits home, it hits the heart. And it's just like, oh, like what am I gonna do? At that time I didn't have like a cell phone or really a house phone. When I was living in San Diego, my doctors would usually call me at work, and I would get my test results at work. And so like one day they called me and my tumor cell count was down to 12. And so they told me that as long as I hit 10 or below, then I was basically clean, I was good. So I was like, okay, I'm at 12, thinking positively that I'm getting on my way there and everything like that. So I do my 6-week cycle, get my lab work, get my blood work done, everything like that. And it always takes a couple of weeks, like within like 2 weeks to get the lab results and everything. So I'm at work one day and the phone rings, and it's not a coworker that answers the phone and has to transfer the call to me. I actually end up picking up the phone right away, and it's my doctor's office. They give me the results of my most recent blood work and everything, and my tumor cell count in my blood was over 2,000. And at that point, I'm like, well, I kind of really thought they were like, trying to mess with me a little bit and joke or something. And I was kind of like, ha ha, like, like the last time I had my results done, I was at 12. And again, being under 10 or below, and I'm good. And I was, right there at the line. And they're telling me it's over 2,000. And I'm just like, you guys are kidding with me, right? Like, this can't be right. And they were like, no, they were like, we've never seen a spike like this in results. They basically said that I broke records and that I went off the charts. My parents were definitely very upset, and my mom cried too, of course. Within a week, I was back in the hospital, and I ended up getting the lymph node dissection and ended up getting the scar that I was being so vain about and didn't want, and which is, now that I look back on it in hindsight, I don't know. In some ways, I'm actually proud of the scar. Like, I survived cancer. It's like a battle scar. I felt like I always was gonna get through everything, like laying in the hospital bed and going through 3 surgeries and having complications and stuff like that, because I actually almost died. And the scar tissue on the inside grew over a section of my small intestines. So I was unable to like eat or even like drink liquids. Like, I couldn't drink water, like nothing was passing through my body. Going through the chemotherapy and after the surgeries and having to recover and stuff like that, that was a very tough time. And you don't feel normal. Like, you really don't at all. Like, the chemotherapy just takes so much out of your body. And like I would definitely have good days and bad days of back and then going through the chemotherapy and going through the treatments and stuff. Like some days you would wake up and I felt like I would wake up and I felt like I could jump on my skateboard and go to the park and skate, or like go for a long walk. Like I like to hike and stuff like that, go through a walk in the woods or just anything like that at all, like be active. And within like a half an hour to an hour, you can crash from that. Like you can just totally lose all your energy and everything out of your body is just completely drained out and gone. Some things I've changed in my diet and going through the cancer and the chemotherapy and just trying to, like I said, like, yeah, I guess like pay attention to like how my body feels. Just that whole motivation to be able to get back on my skateboard again. And that was one of the things to really feel normal in life about, like I said before, about going through just like the chemotherapy and the treatments and stuff and how you don't feel normal. Like skateboarding definitely was a big part of it. It's always been a big part of my life. And that's what it was. Like, yeah, when I got cleared, when I had that last doctor's appointment and I got cleared, oh yeah, it like I could not wait to get back on my skateboard. You have to just stay positive. You have to stay like really focused. You have to find something. You definitely have to stay focused on something in your life. Like again, for me, it was like skateboarding and my artistic outlets, like of photography and writing and even some drawing and like with graffiti art, stuff like that. Like you have to find that passion. You have to find something in your life that definitely you hold a passion for. And that helps a lot, to focus on that and just basically stay positive. And diet-wise, you have to realize that, and I'm not saying that the whole world has to be like vegetarian or even vegan or anything like that at all, but I mean, what people eat, I mean, what you put in your body definitely further down the line in your life as you age and you get older. I mean, your diet is what forms the health of your body, what gives you everything. And if you're not, I don't know, I really try to have like a very healthy, balanced diet, and I do strongly believe that helps. I think that you just feel better. I mean, if you're eating crappy food and putting crap into your body, it's going to make you feel run down, and you don't know what that stuff is going to do further down the line. And I don't know, but yeah, it's just positive mental attitude and just finding your passion in life and just staying focused on things. And I think that like it helps. I think it really helps.